All right, hello. Welcome back. It has been like 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah, blame John for having a life. So that's John. I'm Andrew. Today we're going to start the last case of the Great Ace Attorney. It's been like a month at least since we played this. The last thing was like we finished the case with the weird twist ending. And then we went to Sherlock's house, or we went to Herlock's house, and Herlock, like, took off his coat to look all sexy and was like, be careful, London's scary. So I assume something is going to happen to Herlock, like, probably Herlock will be the defendant or something, if I know my Ace Attorney formula.
Oh, fun fact, Herlock Sholmes is an actual character in a book.
What? Really?
Yes. So... basically, Sherlock Holmes was one of the first fanfics.
Wait.
So, like, it was one of the first characters to be fanficked the shit out of.
Oh, okay. So Sherlock Holmes was still the first.
Yes.
I thought you were going to tell me that Herlock was the original.
No.
Sherlock was based off.
Granted, I'm sure Herlock would want you to believe that.
Yeah.
But it was a French author who basically, I think I can't even remember what, the title of the book was, but it was a French author, and the main character was Herlock Sholmes, and he was a detective and solved crimes. Like, it literally was like Sherlock Holmes fan fiction. Wow. And then there were just tons of people that wrote books about Sherlock Holmes that were not Arthur Conan Doyle during the time, and they were like copyright issues and all sorts of things.
Wow.
But he was like one of the first highly fanfic characters, probably like behind like Jesus. But yeah.
Wow. Damn. Now we learn things. Cool.
Yes. But at this point, they are both in public domain, so like they wouldn't have to worry about paying someone for Herlock Sholmes.
The funny thing is, like, because the whole like Mickey Mouse will never be in public domain, like Sherlock Holmes is only like 20 years away from being immortal, like not public domain, right?
It's
By the way,
coming.
okay, let's see what happens.
Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistols I cocked, and I waited breathlessly in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared.
Hounds of the Baskervilles?
An enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Oh, also on like the like public domain thing, like I want to say like Moriarty, like the book that features Moriarty or the story was actually made much later than the other ones, and so it only until recently has actually been public domain.
Wow. That's
so
funny. I didn't think about that, like how like different stories in the same series would pass into public domain at different times.
And so there are like certain stories in the like Sherlock Holmes series that like have only recently been public domain, or that like individuals or studios or whatever bought, and so they get that whole like Disney thing. Well, I bought the rights, and so I can continue it or whatnot. Because the BBC series Sherlock actually ran into issues about that, I guess. Because I think like Moriarty, or at least how they portrayed Moriarty, was partially copywritten.
Wow. Yeah, it must be like one of his plots or something.
Yeah, and also Sherlock's older brother. Like, I think he was only featured in like one story. But even then, like it was like this weird gray area of were they legally allowed to use him without paying royalties. And I think they ended up actually paying royalties.
Damn. Yeah, we're learning a lot today.
Yeah, things you learn. Sorry.
Sorry. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which is hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur and unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. 15th April? April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Knock knock knock. I like how you can tell whose desk is whose. Like Susanna is like
Oh yeah.
super organized, very neat, and Naruhodo's is just like shit's thrown everywhere. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susanna-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Dude, look at how like there's actually a 3D scene and a character is in it, rather than just like being a pop out or in front of this, like right in front of the camera. Susanna-san?
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
We got it the first time, actually.
Is it time to leave for court? Oh. Let me see. What case is it today?
I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I?
Oh no, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So, shall we go down to Mr. Shalm's suite?
Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form.
She's not
She's
going to
been
court.
hanging out with Soseki too much.
Yeah.
Let me see. What case is it today?
Here we go again. Converse. The telegram. So what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
Perhaps. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but
no. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would. What? Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. Aha! It was just a boring old telegram.
That's 3 times now she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing.
I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point.
Alright, I understand.
It'll be pivotal to the case.
Oh yeah, it'll be like she'll get kidnapped or something and we'll never find out what it is until the very end of the case. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he?
I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away.
Or at the bottom of the ocean. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo?
Just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London? That's all.
You mean as regards Lord Van Zeek's the Reaper?
Yeah, I can't help but wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. That's not how you speak. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? The way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. I can't believe that hasn't been resolved yet. Like, it's just, the guy just burned to death in the courtroom. Oh well.
Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery.
Maybe we're gonna solve this.
Which, quick question, this said April
Yeah.
1914, correct?
Was it 1914? I thought it was not. Wait, that's. I didn't think it was. Let's see. Because that would be like almost World War One, right?
Yeah, it would be like 3 months before World War
Yeah.
I.
Oh shit. We don't get the.
Okay. Well, I'm sure whenever we go to court, it'll say.
Yeah.
That cursed Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps.
Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself.
Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants.
No, don't think so. Oh. Did you hear me or did it?
No, I heard you. I was fixing my camera.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Apparently Lord Van Seeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter.
Oh?
Yes, since Oseki's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
He's just tilted that he lost. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Just my luck.
If luck doesn't come into it.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, never mind. Boy.
Alright, can we go get breakfast now? Wait, there's nothing to talk about. Right? Yeah. Shulm, sweet. April 15th. It didn't say the year. Did it even say the year the first time? Did it just say the time? I don't remember.
I thought it said year, but
Maybe. 15th April. Shulm, sweet. Dun dun.
morning, Runa, morning, Susie.
What is that?
Morning, Iris. What?
You hear the violin?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Iris.
What is it, Runo?
What is that terrible noise? Sounds like a cat being strangled.
Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? Ellie isn't the best form this morning, it seems.
Oh my god.
Hello? Hello? Mr. Sholmes?
Good morning.
A good morning to die, perhaps?
Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable in the way you were playing the violin before. God, it was really awful. You're really shit at that.
Today is a good day to die.
For you?
My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence. That is all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much.
Yeah, I always order my coffee insipid. Meow. It's the cat! The cat's been the mastermind the whole time! Oh look, it's Wagahai.
Good boy!
Oh my god, he's adorable. He's got a little bow tie.
Ah,
It's amazing.
he's a good cat.
Yes. Meow. Wait, isn't he a calico? And aren't calicos all female? Objection!
Take that!
Yeah. There must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. Yeah, no shit.
It's called a cat toy.
But how did it get there?
Someone installed the cat. Where did everyone time for breakfast? Oh, wonderful! Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die.
Oh my god. I knew something looked different. Yeah, no shit. Something is missing from Mr. Sholm's desk. I don't
All
remember
the
what
shit
was-
on his
yeah.
desk, I think.
Can I examine it? I don't remember what was there, like, in particular. Looks like papers on the floor, I don't know. Look at Mr. Sholm's desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it?
Go, the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we might find he's vacated the entire suite.
That's scarily plausible, actually.
Is your mouse like lagging really weird?
Not really. What am I trying to do? Oh, it's the typewriter she writes on. I bet. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. There's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start.
I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel. Mr. Natsume was most impressed.
Wow, a woman who can write. Ah, yes, Mr. Natsume.
That's wonderful I'll be doing too once I'm back in Japan, he said through potentially clenched fists and teeth. What's that, like?
Oh, what?
Chalkboard of equations.
I guess a chalkboard of equations. This is where Iris knows that ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery.
Oh, how intriguing. It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Sada-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine.
Ah yes, as any true crime girl does.
Exactly. Talk to depressed Sholmes.
Funny to talk.
You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened?
It used to be the case, but that in my hands. This violin sung like a dawn chorus. Its melodic tones would make flowers bloom.
It would.
But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goodness of music has thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even, though the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever! No more recitals of unbridled emotion! Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh dear.
Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left?
Damn. Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine.
Holmes, I don't like to pry, but... Your desk looks rather empty today.
There we go.
Sorry.
It's right.
Ah, well done, Miss Fusato. Your observation skills do you credit. Oh, no, the pale to insignificance when compared to yours.
Struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Winterbanks now.
Sorry, it's at a Windy Bank?
No, Winterbanks, the pawnbroker.
We're gonna go on Pawn Stars.
Yes.
Here we go.
Best I can do is $2. Pawn what?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see, quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Ah, yes. How the cult starts.
Yeah.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawn has your wonderful machine. How could it be anything but desperate? Making use of pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is. It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh, what's to understand exactly? How pawnbroking works? What do you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks?
They're like pawnbrokers.
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to the pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover the things using the money they've earned.
It's like a loan with collateral, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It's called check into cash.
Yeah.
I had no idea! This has been a fascinating lesson for us! Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. It's predatory. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how genius!
And then you get your friends to each buy 2 coats from you.
Yeah.
And they get their friends to buy 2 coats from them. There you go.
Yeah, and you're going to be an instant millionaire.
Yes.
So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Winterbanks, you see. Pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
I can't wait for them to get robbed. What happened when you say shit like that? Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
I want breakfast, man. Wagahi. Or Wagahi, or I don't know. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh, yes, and I've become very attached to little Wacky. It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are empty as the hearts of the musers.
Oh my god.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Wagi back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. Pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. Bleh.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Susato Cha! Well, I don't mind because Waggy is adorable. Oh.
Yes, it really is. Oh, yes. What about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where'd that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Runo. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention.
What? A saw? And
A square saw?
Yeah. What is this gonna be? What is that?
I call it the cat flapper-mat. God! Machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. I can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Wacky in second. And if I could do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of, it's very powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it be quicker to just make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, it's wonderful. I also like that frame rate drop.
yeah.
You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions. This girl. Ow! Wagahai? Clatter, clatter, screech.
What was that? Oh no! My guy's tangled up in your violin.
How?
It's a cat.
Cats are pretty good at getting into shit, but that'd be amazing.
Thinks it's a toy!
John, are you dying?
Excuse me.
No! What's he doing to it?
Oh dear! Mr. Schultz's precious violin! Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really isn't a poor spirits, isn't he? Yes, he hasn't taken his daily cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, honey?
The cat or the violin? Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Is it actually up on a shelf somewhere now? This is the violin, is it?
It's a Stradivarius. Oh, sorry. It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me.
It happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
How honorable of you.
And until today, it had been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this bashed existence? No. There is none. Mr. Sholmes. What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Oh, man. It's not a Stradivarius.
It says Fisher Price on the back.
It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Oh, it's like someone steal his violin, and like that's why it sounds like shit.
Oh.
What do you mean, Mr. Sato?
Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different.
There's something like we can't make any new Stradivarius violins because like the wood needs to grow in a certain climate that doesn't exist anymore. Because like it was during like the cold era of Europe or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the varnish and things like that they used, and like how specifically it was carved. Like I know like you can like make a violin that was like replica, like carved the exact same way. But yeah, I think it's like the wood and like the strings and things like that. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
How did Herlock Sholmes, whose thing is seeing things, like is noticing things, not notice? Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
Turns out
it's a cello.
Sherlock is actually blind.
Yeah.
What's this? I'm terribly sorry, but I have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that's a viola, not a violin. That instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
You nailed it.
Gotcha.
A viola.
What? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you are right. You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is the piece of stringed flotsam?
Not your faithful performing partner, then.
Oh, I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
Oh, at the pawnbroker. It's not theft, I guess. I don't know.
Well, let's be real. A
Yeah.
pawnbroker would know a Stradivarius.
I guess we're gonna. Either way, we're gonna find some kind of crimp.
Yeah.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her.
Thank you, game, for telling us explicitly what we need to do.
What do I say? Oh, I can't just talk to her. I gotta examine her. Mix-up. What do you mean by mix-up, Iris?
Where do you see this violin? Sorry, this viola, I mean. Was it Wintervex until last week? At the pawnbroker's?
Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
They just both said it at once. There is a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers and hope that it would experience personal growth?
Oh, what a wonderful idea! Last week, I pawned my great Stereoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear that Mr. Wintermake mistakenly furnished me with the tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. Uh-huh.
No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Pshaw! A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo. A phrase you've never heard before. Never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. But earlier told us that you would think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Sick burn.
Got him.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere.
Sorry?
Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windermake's bakery at once. Right, isn't it, Mr. Shoulders? Precisely, Miss Susato, without a moment's delay.
Did you see the, like, very slight rotation in her direction before he moved?
No.
I don't know why, that really made this is really funny.
Wait, like she like leaned into him?
No, it's like a Herlock. He rotated on his axis, just like 1 degree towards her.
Oh.
Yeah. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs.
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect to press your eggs even more obtusely?
Alright, I gotta look up what the word "fresh" means. I've never heard of this before. Let's see.
Eat or snack.
No, that's it? I thought it would be like...
Especially often or in large quantity.
Alright. Well, it's something I've been doing my whole life without knowing what it's called.
Yes, same.
Alright, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Bruno, I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
I've invented the microwave.
Oh god, probably.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbrokers look like. I really hope it's just ridiculously like chess pawn themed. Like he's got like a hat that looks like a chess piece or something. Like something really dumb like that. I'm
not even gonna put money on it. I guarantee it 100%.
Alright, we're going to Windermake's pawnbrokery. Oh, this could be a night, I guess.
Oh yeah.
15th April, Windermake's pawnbrokery.
Dun.
Who pawned the skull? That's right. Who pawned this skull? It's like,
it's like clearly a cup because like the top is sheer.
Yeah. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never even laid eyes on before.
Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes, you can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this?
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
This statue, you can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. Okay, yeah. This statue right here was used in the very first case of Ace Attorney. The finger.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is like chock full of Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's what I was looking around. I don't really see anything. Oh, but I am reminded that like we still have the Chekhov's gun
from the first case.
Yeah, the lady from the first case. So, this hat. I don't think this is her hat, but it reminded me of it because her hat had the giant swan on it. This could be a reference to another case. in
Or like
Stereoscope.
poison or something?
Yeah, there was like sleeping pills in someone's food, and I played it look like this.
The Pinocchio dolls or anything like that?
I don't recognize that. Looking around. I mean, there's a scale. That makes sense. Alright, let's see anything else right now. See what happens.
My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here.
How long do you think it takes them to put on this coat? Like with all these like straps and belts and buttons and shit. Like,
well, I mean, he is an anime character, so instantaneously.
yeah,
but if he was a
he just
real
like
person,
T-poses and like spins around and all his clothes fly into him. Yeah.
Sailor Moon. But like as a real person, it'd probably take him like a good 45 seconds, at least.
And then like he has the buttons not aligned properly, so it looks terrible. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. Don't mind me punching you in the face, woman.
Yeah, directly in the face. And clearly, Mr. Schultz means business too, judging by the spark of fury in his eyes. It actually does touch her face.
Oh, I like look at her eyes.
Yeah,
They're like dead blank, like almost terrified. Like if I will die. Oh my god.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back.
Thank you. Did you hear that brazen welcome?
Yes, we are potential customers after all.
We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Wintermake of our ire.
He must re-gruntle us.
Did I say regruntle?
No, I was making a joke, because he's saying that we are disgruntled customers and we need to be re-gruntled.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, it's very funny. I was just afraid I said something very wrong. Come, the fight is afoot! Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Yes?
The second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windermere. The color of the wood is different, it has holes in it, it's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me, and an inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Oh god! Oh shit! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Dude, I love the fact that he actually had a running animation for that. But that's like, oh god. Why does he get... Oh god. I shall have to take my own life!
I don't think that will be necessary, do you? Bang!
Oh my god, he's like psyching himself up to do it. If I may just say one thing before I pop off.
Yes!
It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove this item the other day, I believe.
Sorry?
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, here it is.
You did?
And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir.
Wait, then why has he tried to kill himself?
Yeah. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave.
No.
So I shall not
Sholmes
grumble
will see
or
that.
grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
No, stop, my dear fellow, the fault is mine! Bang. Damn.
Phew.
What an interesting way to do customer service.
Yeah.
It would appear that fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Eventually, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? Oh, we got Jake back in the chat. Yeah, we're back.
I do believe you may be right, sir.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Peculiar item?
So many dildos. In the extreme, ma'am, for example. The unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such.
Oh, I do. Published novel. Published. A story I get to read, you mean?
Forgive me! God damn it, dude.
Oh my god.
Okay, relax. Holy shit.
You must tell me more! What the fuck? Not, don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Just tell me everything.
Yeah, this... I'm kind of surprised that they put this in the game. Like, holy shit. Like, I don't know, I'm picturing like one of those like censored Pokemon episodes where they replace the gun with like a donut or something.
Or walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Unpublished story.
I must know more! Tell me everything!
Wow, Susanna-san is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbeck.
We need this flashback? You could just say he brought a book. Like, for a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more.
It houses something of very great value indeed. The last manuscript recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit
I thought he was
going to
pull out a gun.
Hey, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here.
That was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this.
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Jake asks, how many times has Winterbank tried to kill himself? So far, 2. I'm sure it's gonna be like it'll be the same thing with the cuffs. We're gonna see it over and over again.
Oh my god.
Of course, there were 3. Take a drink. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you. On my life.
Bang.
It's all very strange. I wonder, can I ask you something? Could you put the gun down, please? Oh, that's me. A gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha, but for your splendid attire, ma'am. 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my! 5 guineas, do you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it says that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
What? They don't pay the money.
That's where the gun comes in.
They get pawned, you see.
Yeah. Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed, though?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all, dude. Fucking relax.
Oh.
Or just pay them back the monetary value of the item.
The very idea, Mr. Windenbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk to one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning.
And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
What sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windenbank has installed here in his shop.
Call it
I
the
call
gun!
it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windenbank?
What was that deep sigh about? The red-handed recorder.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. What on earth is a red-handed recorder?
Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film.
Alright, so like we're gonna find out the violin was stolen. Or the manuscript. We're gonna look at the camera to see who did it, and it's gonna be someone shocking. It'll be like, well, show him stealing his own shit, or like it'll be a murder going on, or something ridiculous. Yeah.
Like this is the ridiculous segue into the crime. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
Here, I have an example I can show you.
Yes.
Oh,
A print from the camera is set to record the activity at the shop counter.
Look at that real picture of a dog. Like, that's a real dog.
That's like, oh shit, we are way behind.
Yeah, it's like
we need something in that frame.
We don't have the budget to draw a dog. Get a picture on the internet.
Or it's like this particular artist, like it's his Easter egg, like it's his dog.
Yeah.
But yeah. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness.
Really? That's extraordinary.
And unlikely. Yeah, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look!
So, like, if someone commits a crime, but not not on the half hour, like, oh shit, I missed the line.
That's fine.
Did they just get away with it?
I guess. So, you see, were someone to enter the premise with ill intent, his identity should be summarily exposed. But did you say that the photograph prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madam. Then what if the incident were to occur in between the times? One could only say, that would be a cruel twist of fate.
I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Windenbank. Surely there are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word.
It's the cost of the film, sir. Most graciously placed not 1 but 2 cameras in my shop after all. And I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. Then just stop putting film in.
Yeah. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no. My dear fellows, we verge on the edge of where safety and security come at a price.
Oh, heaven
To
help us.
reorganize this pawn shop into a safe and secure brokery.
Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious tomato-colored violin.
Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windbank.
Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to plot, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer!
Oh my god.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! I was gonna say it's not loaded. Sorry. I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant.
Sorry, Andy, give me just 1 second.
No problem.
Good day to you then, Mr. Windbank.
I can't believe the violin wasn't stolen. Like, what's gonna be the segue to the actual crime? It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes!
Oh my god. So, Mr. Narahol. Now we can explore at last.
Alright.
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches, almost anything you could care to imagine. Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. Something we discussed.
Yeah. What does that really mean, though? Can we really go into depth on this?
Oh my god. When you bought a colloquially poppin' item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid if not.
This is literally the third time we've heard this explanation of how this store works.
He is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price for choosing.
Oh yeah, now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. It's almost like we can exchange money for goods and services.
Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow.
My treasured my university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit.
Now, Kazado-san's, sword, totally.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Wow, I can't believe there's not a specific thing for these items. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it?
Oh, that's gonna be important.
Yeah, 15th April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Is that Eastern? Is that a thing? Is that Asian? Like, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. I have to stay awake till midnight to do this. Is this a good use of my time?
Yeah, that seems unnecessary. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windibank.
Who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period is passed without repayment, our articles are forfeited, you see. So I had to keep a close eye on the date. Something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
But you could do that with, like, a ledger.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. You keep on trying to kill yourself.
Ooh, radio? Now what do you... Oh, I see you.
Now, what do you suppose this rather large, enormous machine does?
It seems to have 2 little windows for looking through.
Oh, it's like a Stereoscope or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. Oh, Stereoscope. What you are looking at is a stereoscope. A stereoscope? Fascinating. It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
You look through it, it's just a stereo. It's
Oh
the
my
speakers. It's like, wow. Amazing.
I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look. Just before you do, there is something I should point out.
There are some things man was not meant to see.
My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, that's beyond you. It is of little consequence today. All right, then I'm going to try it.
Okay, first of all, our eyes aren't lined up at all.
Yeah.
So-
Mr. What? It's a murder. We caught the murder in stereoscopy.
all right then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Oh, it's the girl from the first case?
No, that girl's Asian.
Have we seen her?
Nope.
What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Oh, is it literally just they're surprised by 3D pictures?
Yes, the sense of death is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Just wait till we invent red and blue glasses.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? Oh my god. It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, science. Far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for
Oh, no. We heard about pawnbrokers 3 times. You can explain 3D
Oh
pictures.
my god. Oh! Excuse me. Look at what could it be used for?
I have no idea.
There's a small catch just here. Look.
We're going to open it, are we?
Ah, it's another one.
Oh, is
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. You look through those with, like a stereoscopic, like, dual photographs, and it generates a 3D image.
Which will never manage to put back to the way it was before.
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all.
It was broken like this before.
Yeah. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Do you attach it to this maybe? Oh, shit.
No, so it has like the lenses that you look through, like those are static. That plate behind can actually go up a track, can go up and down the track, and so basically what you do, you don't have to be cross-eyed to use it. You can basically pull the image close enough towards you or farther back, depending upon like your focus, to see a 3D image.
Oh, this is one of the jurors. That's how right. She's the major from the first case with the jury. I think.
But that guy looked Asian.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. But it's her same like smug face, I think.
She's probably the murder victim.
There we go.
Look at that! What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country. Oh, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
That's what
she said. Shall we listen a while? Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. It'd be funny if it was like the original like Ace Attorney theme.
Yeah. I'm trying to... I don't recognize it. I feel like I should, but I don't recognize it. I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen of larger variety commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness! What a simply delightful machine! Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Huh. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. Says the woman who just called something black magic.
Yeah. What? Only 2 pence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. What is going on?
What?
It sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. How did she sneak in here? Oh, it's this girl from before. It's Lestrade.
Yes.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGill's trial 2 months ago. Ah, yes. Let's rewatch the scenes. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. Earns her crust among large clouds, revealing people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Gordon Bennett, you lot! Oh my god, this gun animation again.
Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Bang.
Yeah. Hey, what you... Do you remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel? Sorry, coat, have ya? That's not what I thought pop the black weasel meant.
No.
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it?
Ah, good day. Unless I'm mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes!
I like that his pipe doesn't go in his mouth.
Yeah, it just kind of hangs out.
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windebank on your behalf.
Is that doing her a favor or not? I have no idea. It's making it worse. Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on or I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence.
He's really done it. He's gone.
No, he's just like hiding on the ceiling.
I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a sound. The disc we were just hearing.
Yeah.
Some kind of metal disc. And you, go on, leave me alone.
Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offered. or offended in the slightest.
Strauss-san can really stand her ground with what she wants to. Whatever. Pawnbroker's customer. Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person who used a pawnbroker, Mr. Strahd. That's like the perfect way to fence stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I am, alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That's a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably didn't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written over your Chevy Chase. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? No,
Yeah.
it's obvious.
Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. You pawn things you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes.
You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade?
But not this time, alright, I swear, that thing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Winnebank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. I'm waiting for something to tie into a crime. Like, we are an hour and 16 minutes into this episode, and no criminal activity has occurred. Mr. Straw's disc.
Mr. Winnebank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for it's inside a music box we were just listening to 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, with sublime
Yeah.
sound.
In a music box. What, you don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. There's literally one in the room right now. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
Tell us, tunes on this disc.
It's Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music boxes, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. And there's no way we could possibly just try it in the machine that's right over there. Ah, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc was good money. I know it is. Well then, you'll have to try your luck at a different pawnbrokers, won't you? Ah! Gene Lestrade.
Oh, give me a second. I gotta hit the head real fast, but
Okay.
you can read for me.
You know
That's
what?
fine.
Me too. So we'll take a break. Go
Okay.
to the break screen. back. Is John back? Guess I'll get some water while we wait. Alright, well, I'm done. I'm still waiting on John, so I'll go ahead. She's been in before, of course, this little tatterdemalion. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she actually brought in was a... What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, a storage ticket, so... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me... A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winnebank.
So basically, she not only is trying to pawn a disc, she came with a ticket to collect an item. But it's probably like she sold the ticket or something. But like, she has the ticket and she paid the money, so he has to give it to her.
Oh.
They were to find out what that is. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Oh. That's not exciting. What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so... Of course it does.
How reassuring. So what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this?
Okay, so either all of these random facts that we've learned are going to tie into the most complicated murder ever, or this entire episode is going to be just red herrings.
Somehow I think this entire episode is just going to be in the pawn shop.
Nice.
Or like this entire case.
The disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree on a price. Like, would it even be worth the, like, storing it and keeping track of, like, you know, keeping track of, like, the time and who owns it and stuff for 1 penny? Like, what is the interest on a 1 penny loan?
I guess it depends on how, like, what the interest rate is and how long it's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I agree.
I'm confused. I thought you said that Mrs. Stripe brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which she returned to her care, as I've understood. Oh my god. we just saw this. It's the same conversation. That's right, yes, and rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin puts the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, okay. So she found it in there. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady?
Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
Oh my god. If you mean this disc, then yes, ma'am. Exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think. Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would.
Miss Strong, who deposited the overcoat here in the first place?
Well, me? Doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man, it's me old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Miss Lestrade? Is it?
Yeah, this is definitely rather suspicious. Out of my way, please. Oh my god.
Well then.
Who's this picture postcard English gentleman?
Would you like me to do him, or are you good?
Up to you.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Can you do the Doug Dimmadome voice?
The what?
The Doug Dimmadome voice? It's Doug Dimmadome over the Dimsdale Dimmadome!
Wait, what?
Okay, never mind.
Wait, is that like, can I find that on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Doug Dimmadome. It's like from the Fairly Odd Parents, it's like a Texan pretty much with a giant hat. Doug Dimmadome. I can't do it. Fuck.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter rather to discuss with the proprietor.
Oh.
And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you inside, little girl, for the heighten you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know to wait in line. Shit, I'm taking the voice.
Well, you're an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims at scene.
What? You mean from you?
A broker?
Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pickpocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes,
The article in question belongs to me. I demand it for to be returned at once, and as we both know you will, kill yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box disc too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine.
No. This is a very awkward situation.
There we
Sorry.
go. We got it. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail, as if either of them will ever listen to us. The gentleman's accusation.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying?
What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on me life, I ain't ever laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear to God. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago I was walking along the street minding my own business when this little gutterin ran into me. I knew at once what happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Whose wretched pickpockets?
Yet again?
Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. I almost said that very differently and
Yeah.
would have been mildly racist. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
What is this pose? Yeah. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Get the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on, why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove. You think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one else is going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
I have evidence, naturally.
You what? Evidence.
Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Evidence that the article Miss
sorry.
Lestrade actually belongs to this gentleman.
I just imagine when I do that, like, Susato is just, like, reading, like, Ryunosuke's lines under her breath.
Yeah.
Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibake's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the names of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
If they already remember the name, why do we have this whole ticket drama? Check the ledger in the first place. Yes, brilliant! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh,
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. Why? But why
that
not?
doesn't seem smart.
Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider.
Yes,
Yeah.
thieves.
A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? What? Oh, you have passwords
Of course. It's Doug Dimmodo. Professor.
Yes, that's right, and all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. Watchword, oh my god. We're getting such a thorough tutorial of how to run a pawn shop.
But then why did he give it to her without the watchword?
Yeah. So about these watchwords, Mr. Windebeg. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why certain customers would like to keep their activity secret.
Oh my god.
This Schultz is ridiculous. I forgot he was here.
I just hope he's like watching porn on the Stereoscope. Oh my, yes!
Like the Star Wars holiday special.
Oh my god. No.
That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Shumps now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all!
No cocaine whatsoever.
That's medicinal!
Yeah. Yes, well anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers that are used to unlock a vault. The a deposit, a description, and a watchword to uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article. That's right, sir. Yes, just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor.
Ah, perfectly correct information, sir. But Al...
And this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Yeah. Do I talk to him now? Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you?
One would expect to inquire to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard of talk of that place.
What is going on?
Its inhabitants live on some fire brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices.
You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about?
Perhaps, anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Asano Mikatoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Oh, I thought he... Agate Benedict.
That has to be a fake name. We talk about that before. Yeah, I don't know.
I wish I could do like a good like Benedict Cumberbatch, but I can't.
Oh yeah.
I guess if he ever says penguin, I could say penguin. Enchanter.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious.
Yeah. Now, the matter at hand.
I feel like he and Herlock could have a dance battle. That'd be
Oh
pretty
my god. Well, initially I thought he was actually Herlock, but just in a disguise.
Yeah.
My overcoat, return it at once to someone with style to carry it off.
Yeah, every move he makes, every breath he takes. I can't stand watching him.
That doesn't even match.
Yeah. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may decide to come back. That's fine. I'll just turn him into Lindsey Graham since he's so flamboyant.
Oh, God. That's why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And to the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker.
But of course, sir. Here is the disc for you.
Just this one?
Pardon, sir?
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Another disc? Oh dear. Oh, the gun's gonna come back out.
Oh my god.
I regret to inform you, sir, that was what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterin, you hide more of what is what's rightfully mine, are you?
There's the way. I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Whoa. Violence.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp?
Oh my god.
You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Just fucking knife him in the chest for the disc. Oh my god.
Oh my, yes! There's blood on the disc!
Because of all those sharp little bumps. Man, what? The man still scratched his finger on them. Alright, that's less dramatic than I thought. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Or you. You take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you can hold of it. Fuck all. Sorry, I had to pause this dramatic moment to cough and drink water.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Lestrade, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Why is this disc so important to her? The music box disc has been entered in the court record. Finally, something happening.
You there, in the back library.
Alright, we're gonna interrupt this moment to examine it. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. John?
Yes, the partitions are called pens, and they pluck the teeth of the cone that makes thorns. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood.
Yeah, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict.
When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pen scratched his fingers, it seems.
To the gloves.
Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch a finger.
Ouch! Just thinking about it hurts. It puts me off eating radish. Oh my god. For McGilded!
Ah!
Oh, this is McGilded's. Oh, didn't he give her something for helping in the trial?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck to the reverse side of the disc.
That trial was 2 months ago, and it's been 2 months since, like, the item has been here for 2 months. Finally, it's related to the case, to the game.
I already said that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Oh, did they not pick it up? Oh,
No.
okay, sorry. For McGilded!
There you go. McGilded! It couldn't be.
But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live.
But why? Why is his name on this? Music box discs information has been updated in the court record.
Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars. What do I do now? How am I gonna resolve this? I'll just run away. So I already examined it. Do I talk to them? Wow, Mrs. Starter's really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. Mr. Winterbank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his. Can I go to the music machine and put it in? Look at Mr. Winterbank watching diligently over his shop. There's still so many things I'm curious about. Somehow I don't really feel like this is the right time to be browsing. Damn it.
Calming this front situation must be our first priority. Oh my god, we could just stick it in there and listen to it.
And I'm fairly certain that we can find just the great thing we need among the articles here in the shop. What? Are you serious? Let's see. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Fucking Sherlock is just hanging out in the back. Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? Ah, pornography! As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Whoa.
So, you've found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry.
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Then why on earth did you rejoin the conversation? It's gone from bad to worse here, you know.
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, my craving of human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again. Oh my god. My dear madam, sometimes I wonder where my genius for deduction could be commoditized. How much could I pawn it for?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. Oh boy, we're gonna do one of these things. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? I think we have to listen to it to have anything happen. Let's see.
Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
What the blue... Where the blue blazes have you been, eh? Blech.
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away. Not an hour later. Harsh. Especially because you told him to fuck off.
And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Eggert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I've drawn. I accidentally turned him southern there for a second. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to the pawnbroker today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How?
He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you He's just going to be British from here on out. I can't maintain all these accents.
Okay.
Just who do you think you are, sir?
I know, it's hard to switch.
It is. Yes, as I hoped. Now Schultz is turning southern. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Mystery Man's Aim.
First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. A piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet, even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employment. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your action.
He just beats Sherlock across the head in the middle of this performance.
Oh my god. I mean, if you kill everyone there...
Yeah, there's no witnesses, it's fine.
I also like that his staff has AG on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to figure out who that could be.
The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
Oh, I bet that's what you just pointed out is the right thing about the cane, and he's going to Herlock is going to say the wrong thing.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. The end of my walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, a detailed analysis showed this wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all.
Oh, is it like a sword cane or something?
Oh my God. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong?
What if it's being done like a croquet mallet or something?
Oh, no. When I added your recoiling, you would eventually facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle with your hand, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. Among other things. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod.
Oh, huh.
Is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises.
Yeah, nailed it. Perfect.
Yeah. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime.
Conclusion. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery.
Oh my god, that's just the first one.
Topic 2, great crime.
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the plan. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath his pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is a simple reason. You're a criminal. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter which your eyes have inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public work to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This Magnus has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. That flows very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint on the underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently, in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that are currently sit in the vault of that bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, the Special Reserves Fund for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Pulled a Hagrid. I should not have told you that.
Should not have said that? Should not have said that?
Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle.
Mr. Sholmes.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressive upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree?
So sure what you just said about the bank over the road and what it has in its falling?
No idea. Indeed. Though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most guarded secrets.
Which I have just blabbed to several people, including at least 2 criminals.
one of which is a pickpocket. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah! Well, shit.
And it was such a big secret. How did Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it?
There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it's because I just said it. And the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh!
Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all. Oh, my life! I assure you, I'm not so unscrupulous.
I thought he was going to pull the gun out.
Yeah. It's like, no one can know.
Well, hopefully this has taught you all a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out.
Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes.
An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again. See if we can massage it into shape. So we're past the 2-hour mark. Do you want to do this, like, correct this, and then be done?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can do that. Because, like, I don't think this is going to court. I literally think it's just going to be in the pawn shop.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be the last case, though. Like, 5?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's... it better be more dramatic than just a pickpocket. And
It's probably going to reveal, like, some big, great scheme going on about the Crystal Tower and stuff. Because aren't there, like, 5 more cases in, like, part 2?
Well, I think they were originally shipped as 2 different games. So I think we're on the last case of the first game. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be kind of lame.
But
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. I thought there were 5 cases. Maybe there's 6. I don't know. I can find out. All right. Anyway.
Very, very well then. Let us start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Topic 1, Mystery Man's aim. Okay, so we'll skip to the first point. Alright. So by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor.
Yes, an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he?
No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Oh.
Yeah, see how, like, the reticle doesn't follow your cursor?
Yeah. Oh, I have to use the WASD to move it around.
Okay.
I'm remembering in the case with McGill that there was a knife that had like an M on it, right?
Yeah.
And like we were like, is it his? I don't know. But this is just AG.
Yeah, because at first I was wondering if there was any connection there.
Oh, the scribble writing with a
notes on the
description
back.
with a description of the pickpocket, who it looks like.
Oh! Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it.
What is it?
Here, listen to what it says. Name: Gina Lestrade. Height: 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade.
Goodness!
There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if you showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look! The details of the shop have been written down here, too! Winnipeg Pawnbroker, Baker Street. Redemption deadline, 15th April.
Just today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Alright, well, that's definitely gonna be it.
Take that!
Information about Miss Lestrade. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade.
Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Winnipeg Pawnbrokery here. Oh!
You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you.
But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie.
It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Winnipeg's Pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat.
So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. Humph! And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your action. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person is... Oh yeah, he already saw this.
Alright. What's a ferrule?
It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo, you idiot.
Ah, but that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement.
Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
It doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Mr. Benedict, we don't know. It's definitely this. Initially. Look here, Mrs. Zato. There's some letters on the handle.
Those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letter of their names.
So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh!
AG. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right?
Take that!
But why wouldn't AG be right?
Because he said his name is EB. So like he stole it or he's lying with his name. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initially.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egot Benedict? Huh? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane belonging to the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't.
You said before you had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. I'm gonna laugh if he's like a prince or some shit like that. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself.
Oh, yeah.
Did he already say this?
Yeah, we're back to something we've seen already.
Okay.
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Mr. Lestrade has redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
Oh, he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Is it gonna have, like... Well, it's torn.
Oh, there's a tear in it.
Which could mean that, because, like, he's very stylish, so he wouldn't do that.
Or that it's too small.
Oh, yeah. Because if it was for McGill, that he was, like, a tiny guy. Let's see.
See, on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look!
So it is.
Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that we said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny girl. But now I think it was probably the sound of a seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If you were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
That I'd like to see.
That's what she said? Sorry?
So, make Mr. Benedict run around.
She's really giving this some thought. That must be it. I don't see anything else. That stylish hat, exactly.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle you see.
Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit.
Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so badly lied about your name and so badly waylaid this pickpocket. This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. Okay. I think we already...
No,
is this new?
Yeah, this is new. Because before it was to dig under the store.
That's right. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed.
To abscond with a redeemed item. Topic 2, great crime. Correction time. Alright, so we've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is different.
You suggest that I, a gentleman designed to a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pottage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner, using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details? Nesipos? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pond property of another.
There we go. So it's gonna be like the book is gonna have a ledger. It's gonna have all the watchwords in it.
The direction of deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think.
Yeah, it's no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword.
Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winnebank would never allow you to redeem the article.
It's just like written in like huge letters in the book, and he just opens it like right there on the desk. It's like
oh my god,
super easy to read. Or looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winnebank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Excuse me.
Oh, it's that receipt book.
Notelet. I thought the picture might be something. Let's see. Look at this, Mrs. Otto.
Oh, that Mr. Winnebank has scribbled to himself.
Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Winnebank must take note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well.
Oh my god. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Notelet. Yeah, as Jake says, top-notch security. Yeah. Never store your passwords as plain text. The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
Well, and don't put them on post-it notes on your monitor.
Yeah.
Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker.
But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages.
What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade.
In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winnebank. Oh, it's you.
When the diligent broker made a note on the watchword as his common practice.
You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the letter.
Huh? And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawn article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawn? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitted overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence.
I see me wrong. Yeah. Oh. Got Garrett in my lap. I think he wants to steal my microphone. We'll see how this goes. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets.
Which, according to Mr. Winnebank, isn't even worth a penny.
And this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why?
I wonder, perhaps, We already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo.
Could we really? Better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. Must be the note. Right? Yeah, on the back of this. That are 2 pieces of evidence, yeah.
One of which is our armband.
Yeah.
Oh
You see,
God.
this music box disc tells us all we need to know.
What's that on the back? It reads, from Mcgill. I'm Mr. Magnus Mcgill, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. That son of a bitch. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruple. Oh, demonstrated.
Yeah, demonstrated.
So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate?
Mr. McGill was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that coat that you've squeezed yourself into. Oof.
Was not supposed to sound like that. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Agate Bentley. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today.
Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus Mcgill.
Magnus Mcgill.
Conclusion. Acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGill. Deduction complete. Elementary. Alright. So I think we'll do the fallout from this
Yeah.
next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's gonna be back. John, I think you said you're busy on Friday.
Yes,
Okay, so
but I should be free next Wednesday and Friday.
Okay. In that case, Carrie's gonna wish you all good night. Say good night, Carrie.
Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, Carrie attacked the webcam. It's good. It's good.
It's perfect.